SpaceX's 80-year-old factory, a legacy of innovation. In December 2018, Boca Chica shared images that would mark the beginning of a new era for SpaceX. The birth of Starbase, the future home of Starship. At the time, no one could have predicted that this small, peaceful land in a Texas village would soon become one of the most pivotal facilities for SpaceX. However, nearly 400 miles away, there lies another SpaceX facility that has quietly played a crucial role in the company's rise to prominence. This is the story of the McGregor Testing Facility. How it began in 1940 and evolved to become a cornerstone in developing some of the most groundbreaking technologies in spaceflight. The Bluebonnet Ordnance Plant. A wartime legacy. In 1941, as the U.S. entered World War II, the nation faced a massive demand for bombs. To meet this need, the government selected various sites for large-scale bomb production, and McGregor, Texas was chosen as one of them. The site was named the Bluebonnet Ordnance Plant, where the production of bombs, some weighing up to 1,000 kilograms, began. Before the war, McGregor's population was a modest 2,000. However, with the factory's opening, the population soared as workers and their families flooded into the area. This transformation mirrors the impact SpaceX has had on Boca Chica and the surrounding regions. By the peak of World War II, Bluebonnet employed over 5,000 people, producing bombs at full capacity. But after the war ended, the factory's production needs ceased, and operations quickly shut down. For a time, parts of the factory were repurposed for furniture and stove manufacturing. A new chapter, from bombs to rockets. In the 1950s, McGregor found its new identity as a rocket facility. The U.S. Air Force took ownership, followed by Rocketdyne, a company that produced and tested engines for the Apollo program. After a few decades under munitions companies, the McGregor facility was handed over to an emerging private space company, though it wasn't SpaceX just yet. The rise of Bell Aerospace. In 1997, Bell Aerospace, a private space company looking to revolutionize space travel, took over the McGregor site to test their rocket engines. They made history in 2000 by successfully test-firing the A2 engine, the largest rocket engine since the Saturn V's F1. However, the company shut down later that year after NASA declined to invest in them, leaving McGregor vacant once again. SpaceX takes over McGregor. In 2003, SpaceX acquired the McGregor facility. They began by testing their Merlin engine, which would be used in their Falcon 9 rocket. The first few years saw a rapid expansion of the facility, doubling the land and growing the staff, from just 3 people to 140 by the end of 2011. By this time, SpaceX had already successfully launched the Falcon 9, but the next challenge was to make it land. SpaceX began laying the foundation for their first launch and landing pad. The Grasshopper rocket. A giant leap. SpaceX's next step was the Grasshopper rocket, a Falcon 9-style vehicle designed for practicing vertical landings. In September 2012, the Grasshopper was ready for its first flight. After years of work, this small hop was a huge moment in SpaceX's future. Over the course of 8 successful flights, the Grasshopper would go higher and higher, paving the way for the larger rockets SpaceX would eventually develop, including the Falcon 9. McGregor's crucial role in engine testing. As SpaceX continued to innovate, the McGregor site grew from 256 acres to over 4,000, supporting an average of 2 engine tests per day. During the early years, Falcon 9 rockets were not reused, so each rocket needed a full-duration test before launch. These tests, held on the iconic tripod stand, were a critical part of the development of the Falcon 9 rocket. As Falcon 9 grew more powerful, a new test stand had to be built to handle the force. Today, the McGregor site is a vital part of SpaceX's operations, with 5 test stands for engine testing. These tests have helped SpaceX develop one of the most reliable rockets in the world, one that can be reused for multiple flights. Blowing up engines. Pushing the limits. Engine testing at McGregor is intense. In order to truly understand the limits of an engine, SpaceX pushes them to the breaking point, sometimes to the point of explosions. This practice mirrors the Apollo era, when NASA would deliberately blow up F1 engines to identify weaknesses. As SpaceX develops Starship and its Raptor engines, McGregor's role has become more crucial than ever. The Raptor 2 engine, for instance, has increased its thrust by 230 tons while having manufacturing costs. With more engines being produced, McGregor is now testing multiple Raptor engines every day. The future of McGregor, a factory for the future. McGregor's significance has only grown. SpaceX's plans to build a new factory there for mass production of Raptor 2 engines marks the next phase of the facility's evolution. This new factory will produce 2 to 4 engines per day, totaling 800 to 1,000 engines annually. While McGregor may not attract the same attention as Starbase or the Kennedy Space Center, it has been SpaceX's testing ground since day one. From the early days of engine tests to the development of cutting-edge rocket technology, McGregor has played an essential role in SpaceX's journey to revolutionize space travel. As McGregor continues its legacy of propulsion development, it seems fitting that it started as a bomb factory and is now producing more explosions than ever. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to help the channel grow. Want to support us further? Consider becoming a Patreon member to watch videos early, ad-free. See you in the next video.